Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we talk start collecting Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and today we're going to take a look at the Blades of Khorne and their Vanguard box set. Now in this video we're going to go through the contents of the Vanguard box set, talk about all the units inside it in a little detail, and then look at some other units we recommend you can grab for your Blades of Khorne army to expand upon this initial purchase. We'll then finish off the video showing you a little sample 1000 point army list to hopefully give you some inspiration for starting your own Blades of Khorne force in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. And so, to start with, the Blades of Khorne Vanguard box set, it is led by a character called a Slaughter Priest. Slaughter Priests are really fun. First of all, well, as their name might suggest, they are a priest character for the Blades of Khorne. Now, they have a few different iterations, and this one here is the Hack, Blade, and Wrathhammer armed model. So it'll have 5 attacks, 3s to hit, 4s to wound, Ren 1, damage 2. Now, they can attempt to unbind one spell as if they were a wizard in the hero phase as well. And they've got the Blood Boil Prayer on their War Scroll, which is an answer value for range of 16 and just does flat d6 mortal wounds to an enemy unit they choose to pick it on. This is a pretty cool straight up prayer. Having d6 mortal wounds available to you is nice. Now joining them we have Blood Warriors, who I think got a massive glow up in the current Blades of Khorne book. Now first of all you're going to have to choose between the Gorax and Gorefist or a pair of Goraxes. Pretty much this will just determine how many attacks you get, whether you'll get 2 attacks for that Gorax and Gorefist or get the extra attack if you go for pair Goraxes. You will get the Gorefist ability on the lower attack models though, and if the unmodified roll for a save made by an attacker is a 6, you can potentially do some mortal wounds back to your opponent. On top of this, you have the no respite rule, where you get to make 2 murder rolls instead of 1 for every slain Blood Warrior in the unit. Base-wise stat, they've got 2 wounds and a 3-up save. They are a decently survivable unit on the table. Now the other battle line option that comes inside this box set is the Blood Reavers. These are just your standard Khornate sort of marauders, 6-up save, 1 wound, but they do get +1 to wound when they near any Khornate totems, which is pretty cool. And then they've also got the option between their Reaver Blades, where they'll get 2 attacks, 3s, 4s, no rend, damage 1, or the Meat Ripper Axe, where they will drop to 4s to hit, still be 4s to wound, but they will gain rend -1. The last unit in this box actually can become battle line in that you have to take a particular character to take them. This would be the Lord of Khorne on Juggernaut, but if you do so, they do become battle line, which is cool. Other than this, they have a 2-up base save with 5 wounds each, which is just amazing. 5-up ward against any mortal wounds caused by either spells or the abilities of any endless spells. And the Murderer's Charge allows them to do some mortal wounds when they hit into opposing lines. You do have the option of ensorcelled axes or bloodglaives. Both weapons will have 4 attacks. You'll get 3s and 3s, Ren 1, damage 1 on the ensorcelled axe, but the bloodglaive will be Ren -2, but it will be a 4 to hit rather than 3. Now looking at where we can go next, definitely the demons, I think, and particularly Bloodletters and their sword. They got a massive glow up in this battle tome. So the Bloodmaster Herald of Khorne is now a priest model, which is really awesome. Has access to the same prayer law as your generic priest, but is really nice. It also has the cool ability where it can do some mortal wounds on 6s to hit, which is nice as well. On top of this, you're going to get the cool ability where your Skullmaster Herald of Khorne will be able to pick a friendly unit of Bloodletters around it, and after this unit's 4, it can bring those Bloodletters to fight in immediately. It's also got its own prayer that is add 1 to your wound rolls as well. Now, Bloodletters themselves, a decapitating blow. If you modified hit roll for an attack with a Hellblade of 6, it'll cause a mortal wound and the attack sequence will end. Other than that, they've got 2 attacks, 3s and 3s, Ren 1, damage 1 as well, but 2 wounds each on a 5-up save now is really nice for them. Another model to look at is the Mortal, that is the Blood Secretor. This is going to give you the totem keyword model that's going to be needed to get the Blood Reavers their little bonus, but also Rage of Khorne, where once per battle at the start of the combat phase, you can pick a friendly unit on the battlefield with its ability to plant its Icon of Khorne, and if you do so, you add 1 to your attacks characteristic of all melee weapons used by Blades of Khorne units on the battlefield until the end of phase. On top of this, if this model ever issues the rally command, it will return models back to a unit on a 4+ instead of each 6. Lastly, we have the brand new Realm Gore Ritualist, which is a new mortal priest. So priest got access to all those priestly laws, but its big thing is desecrating blood runes, where it can effectively pick a terrain piece or a objective on the table to desecrate, and it will add +1 to hit to all bloodbound units that are fighting while they're wholly within 8 inches of the objective or terrain feature. And so here we have our sample army list. Now, we've gone for the Gore Tide. There are certainly some other ones I think that definitely have place in this. Perhaps the Skullfiend tribe could be an interesting one with some of your units in here, but I think Gore Tide is just a nice sort of starting point. Now, Gur is the model realm we've chosen. Take what's theirs, always a good grand strategy for Khorne. We're an army that wants to get in and do some fighting, and a Triumph we've got +1 to wound thanks to Inspired. Now the Slaughter Priest is going to be our general, and we've gone the command trait High Priest of Khorne, which allows them to invoke 2 prayers each turn rather than 1. And we've got the prayer Bloodbind on this model. What this one does is actually drags opposing models towards our priest, which can be really cool for pulling our opponent's units out of line into danger zones and just swamping them with our own units. We then have the Blood Secretor, who's got the Banner of Khorne artifact, which is the Banner of Blood. This is going to allow reroll charges around this model. And we've also given them the aspect of the champion, stubborn as a Rhinox, so they count as 10 models on objectives. Now we then have the Bloodmaster Herald of Khorne we've added, who's got the Prayer Unholy Flames, which gives it an extra point of rend to a unit of choice. Battle line wise, we have a ton of them. So we've gone for 10 Blood Warriors, 10 Blood Reavers, and 10 Blood Letters. And then we've also got a unit of 3 Mighty Skull Crushers in there as well. Everything is wrapped up inside a battle regiment for a 1-drop force, 20 points under the limit. So a decent chance we are going to get that Triumph. If you've got some ideas on units you reckon to add to the initial box set of the Vanguard Blades of Khorne set, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. And so that's the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fantastic little community here, we have a Discord server which is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. If you would like to, you can do so either by YouTube members or Patreon, or by grabbing yourself some merch at Teespring or at our Ko-fi store. All of them are linked down in the video's description. As a special thank you to our Patreons and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallers, Redman, Iron Grinch, Nicholas Colomos, Colorblind Magic, Grimscold, and Andy C. And to our YouTube members, Green Rich Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Barokan Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weird, James Tillman, Gargamel196, and Disco. Lastly, a special thanks first of all to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel, everyone who helps come and provide the games for everyone to watch on the channel as well, and indeed all our fantastic mods and members of the community who keep our Discord and comment section a fantastic place for all to be. Thank you all once again, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.